Hey Quad Bros, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Got a big update, a balance update with the latest Making Enlisted a Better Place number 62. Also notice they have dropped the weekly part of this, which is fine. I don't think this needed to be a weekly series. It was nice when it was weekly for a while, but I think it's fine being this kind of like bi-weekly or kind of monthly thing. Also, we're only 7 away, boys. We're only 7 away, boys and girls, from the legendary number 69. Nice. Okay, so the update itself, the changes that are happening, these are all balance changes. Namely, adjusting battle ratings of tons of different guns. These are overall some really good changes in my opinion. So the Soviets, you can see, DPM has been moved from BR4 to BR3. Not a big deal. The DPM is basically just a copy of the DP27, but hey, it's, you know, that's fine. The PPD 1944 is moved down to BR3. Again, not a super big deal, but if I remember right, the PPD 1944 does have a drum mag. I could be wrong about that, but I think it does, which makes this pretty powerful. Isn't this the drum mag with the bayonet? Is that what this is, guys? I'm going to launch Enlisted and find out. Okay, I'm looking, and I don't know what this is. The PPD 1944. It's none of these ones down here. I don't have that. No. It said it was a premium, right? It's not this one, I don't think. Unless I just have something equipped on this squad that I shouldn't. Wait, these changes went through, right? Yeah. What is this? I don't know what this is, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe someone can hopefully say something in the comments about what gun this is. Cause yeah, I don't know. I don't know at all. So I don't know. There you go. That's kind of a cool change, I guess. Whatever the PPD 1944 premium is, like not a gold order, like a premium, whatever. SU-76 premium was also moved down. That's fine. That's a decent change. I don't really mind that. Here are the big ones. The USA got some huge love in this patch. The SMLE Mark III has been moved from 3 to 2, and the Lee Enfield has been moved to 3 to 2. The Winchester Premium Sniper 3 to 2, UD M42 3 to 2, M18 Hellcat 5 to 4, and the Chaffee M24 from 3 to 2. Now, all of these are really big changes. These are huge. The British rifles being moved down in battle rating is a huge change. I'm not entirely sure I agree with it. I'd like to see how it plays out because this is going to make America have some really powerful BR2 options. I mean, between the M1 carbine and the Lee Enfield, I mean, that's everything you'd want. You have the best semi-auto and the best bolt action. Like, this thing is arguably better than the Winchester. So that's crazy. That's a huge difference. We'll see how that plays out. I'm really interested in that. Man, Enlisted in the game is so loud. Okay. The Chaffee also moving down is a big deal. This makes this vehicle a lot better. I think that means that this is the only turreted vehicle with a 75 cannon in BR2. If I'm correct about that, I don't think... Is the Crusader BR2, actually? I don't think it is. It might be. Oh, it is. Okay, so I guess there's the Crusader. But the Chaffee's really better than the Crusader, I would say. The cannon on the Chaffee's no joke. It's the Sherman cannon. It's got a lot of HE filler on it. So, overall, I mean, that's kind of a crazy change. I don't know if I agree with that, but it's interesting to say the least. Germany's also getting some love. The ZB-26 has been moved down. Good change. The VG2, like the Lee Enfield, has been moved down. Carcano, Gewehr, Beretta M1. This is a big change, too. I didn't see this when I first read through this. The Beretta M1 has moved down to BR2. That's kind of crazy because the Beretta M1 is actually better than the MP40, in my opinion. It's got better recoil stats. It's got better sights. It has more ammo in a magazine, I believe. It has 40 rounds, right? Yeah, 40 versus 32. Really, really good gun. I think that's going to be the staple now of tier 2. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't like the Beretta moving down because I think the FNAB now doesn't have a place. Because the big advantage the FNAB had over the MP40 was that 8 extra rounds, and now that the Beretta M1 is down here, it's just like, well, now the Beretta is just the de facto best gun. It's an MP40 with 8 more bullets. Why would you ever use the MP40? Why would you ever use the FNAB? So I don't like that change. I think that's a little bit of a miss there. Not a huge deal, but a miss. Irma EMP premium has moved down. The OG43. This is the Axis paratrooper squad. So this has some changes. Let's go pull these guys up. So these guys have moved down to BR2. This OG43 squad. This is we'll talk about this squad. There's another change to that squad, but that's moved down to BR2. So the Axis now have some solid paratrooper options at low BR. Pavesi M42, MP40 Silence from the event, and the Dicker Max. The Dicker Max has moved down? Holy shit. I'm going to be able to shoot Stewarts with a Dicker? Ugh, get dicked. All right. Type High Rifle, that's the Battle Pass moved down, and the NATO has moved down. So that is interesting. They're also putting out that, hey, you can now click the Get All rewards for the Battle Pass. This actually already existed. They're just announcing it. And then finally, they're making some tweaks to the paratroopers. So primarily this affects the OG43 squad that we were just talking about. So if you guys didn't know, this is the only paratrooper squad that can get a flamethrower, making them arguably the best paratrooper squad in the game. If you play these guys now at high BR, you get 6 flamethrowers. If you play them at low BR, you will only be getting 2 flamethrowers, which is a fantastic change. That is very welcome. That's a smart change. It's just good. That's just solid. Like, that's exactly what the change should have been. The problem with this squad airdropping into BR2 and 1 was that they just absolutely slaughtered everybody with 6 flamethrowers. Right now, they only drop with 2, which I think is a fantastic change. Very, very smart. Very good overall. Some weapons also in these boxes have been changed. The M1C Garand got a little bit of an accuracy buff. It got a damage buff as well. Let's go take a look at what that looks like. The M1C all the way at the end here. Got a damage, 13.4. Okay, so it hits a little bit harder. All right. Not a huge deal, but a decent change. Okay. The ZK383, if you guys don't know, this is a Czech SMG for the Axis. Kind of a slept-on gun, in my opinion. One of the better guns in the game, honestly. Like, one of the better SMGs, I think. At least for the Axis. Really good gun. It got a rate of fire buff, as well as a reduced recoil buff, which it had very little in the first place. Kirkano M91, the scope mount got buffed. The Type 4 rifle for Japan got a pretty significant reload buff as well. And that's it, other than some minor changes that you guys can look at there. But overall, really interesting patch, guys. I mean, there's a lot of info here, a lot of stuff. And overall, I think this is a solid patch. There's some stuff I disagree with. I'm not entirely convinced that the Lee enfield itself needed to move down. One of the big problems that I see with that specifically is, right, like, why would I use the SMLE when I can use the Lee enfield, right? I kind of wish that they would have moved the SMLE down, right? So then you have if you're playing tier 2, you have, this SMLE. And then if you want to, you can use the Lee enfield number 4. You guys have seen my videos. I've up-tiered with the Lee enfield and done just fine. It is just a solid rifle. No, it is not an M2 carbine, but it is solid enough to get the job done. But hey, who knows? Either way, guys, that is it. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this patch. All these changes that are going live, actually have already gone live. Leave a comment down below about them and your thoughts on them. And while you're there, like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out, and you can get updated on all Enlisted news, tips, tricks, guides, and gameplay. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Take it easy.